It's very interesting to understand how your life runs. When I was trying to think of this time slot, I understood that everyone is pretty much into businesses here and everyone runs with very efficient time management system. 10 minute में meeting, 30 minute calls, 15 minute में follow up, itna report, utna, I don't know. There's a ton of things. I'm not from the corporate world, so I'm assuming that's how it runs. But if we look at this time management, it kind of leaves us depleted at the end of the day, I believe, because there's so much we put into one day, we don't prioritize ourselves. And men particularly, 90% of the times men are the ones who are running their houses, providing for everybody, and that's undue stresses of another kind, very different from the stresses women go through. So prioritizing yourself, I would say, is the number one takeaway, where you kind of dedicate that 1 hour to yourself. It's difficult that you're asking a lady to only talk for 10 minutes. That's a big challenge I have, but let's get started. So this image is very powerful in itself. The same age man, the choices that he has made over his life has defined what he eventually turns out to be. And honestly, this is not about aesthetics. It's about the quality of life one can have as you age. Whenever we see our parents, at this age, when we are 40s, we are seeing our parents age. And when we have to take them for their doctor's visits, when there's some medical ailment going on, we understand that it starts becoming a little burden at the back of your mind. You don't want to do that to your kids. For that reason, start making the choices today. Even 10 minutes every day can add 10 years. If you dedicate time to stay calmer, healthier, you will make the right food choices, the right self-care choices, and be that person. So this is a number which should really trouble everybody right now. If you're not using your muscles, you are losing them. After the age of 30, we lose about 3 to 5% of our muscle mass. And in the Western world today, specifically, preventive healthcare is becoming very popular. It's not just about medicines. Any big doctor today tells you that workout and using your muscles is the prime way you can keep yourself healthy and fit and avoid lifestyle diseases. 70% of the chronic lifestyle disease, the most common ones being diabetes or fatty liver, hypertension, anything to do with the arteries health, these are all based on our choices, however we have lived so far. I think there are about 20 of us here. I'm not sure if everyone has done a complete blood report in the past year. There's an entire panel, and even if you've done the entire panel, you've probably not sat down and analyzed the report yourself, or maybe gone to a doctor to understand what that report means. वो एक फाइल में बंद होके कहीं पे ड्रॉअर में चला जाता है, no one cares. Blood test करवा लिया, that means done. It's not done, it's actually the beginning of starting to see what needs to be done. So it's the simple 5 habits, and I think we know in businesses or personal front also, अगर किसी problem का solution simple है, it is going to be overlooked. आप सोचेंगे ये कैसे हो सकता है solution, to this problem, and you will kind of start forgetting about implementing it daily. But problems के solution बहुत simple हैं. Especially health, it's just simple 5 things which you can start doing today onwards. For the muscle mass, I would say besides the blood tests, everyone needs to do a body composition test. It's an eye-opener. When you understand what is your muscle mass, what is your body fat percentage, and how is it distributed in your body, you would be like, oh my God, this is a very shocking thing, I need to do something about it. So that is one, either a DEXA or in-body scan, easily available at any good gym in the city. So the aging cheat sheet, if you're sleeping less than 7 to 8 hours, sleep is magical. No biohack, no supplement, no hack will ever give you the good results, recovery that your brain and body needs. So never compromise on that. Hydrating. Every time we get up in the morning, I think we start looking out for our phone. The phone is also our alarm system. That needs to change starting today. Have a regular conventional clock for your alarm, or maybe you start waking up naturally, but don't reach out for the phone the first thing in the morning. Hydrate with 2 glasses of water before you reach out for your tea or coffee. This is something which wakes up your system, puts your hormonal health into a good cycle. Moving daily, just 30 minutes. अगर 30 minutes नहीं है तो 10 minutes से anybody can start anywhere. be it walking, stretching, yoga, whatever works, whatever fits your schedule. But to be honest, when we come to a later slide, I will mention why muscle engagement is really important, and walking will not cut it. Walking is just not enough. And I don't know how many, women can be called the biggest consumers of health skincare products, but does everyone here use a sunscreen? Men tend to forget it. So please add a sunscreen in your care, because sun damage is affecting the men the most. You are outdoors, you are probably in the cars more than the women, way more. Your journeys are way longer. So the sunscreen with the moisturizer is a simple basic care which prevents leathery skin. We start feeling pigmentation, dark spots, aging, wrinkles, fine lines. Everything is preventable by this simple thing. You just have to find which one suits you with your dermatologist. And for good skin, again, an anti-inflammatory diet. That means correcting your food habits. So what's silently aging you is also stress. Stress has become such a normal part, I believe, for everybody. कि किसी दिन stress नहीं हो तो लगता है अभी क्या हो रहा है, अभी क्या करें, मतलब why is the day so empty, I need something. So this should not be normalized, and stress is actually affecting how we are gaining fat or storing fat in the body, especially around the belly. Stress will make the fat stay with you. So you need to de-stress, you need to calm down. Also, it affects hair loss. Everyone probably is worried about receding hairlines a little bit. If you've been experiencing hair loss for more than 3 months, you should do a check with the trichologist and check which vitamins are deficient. At least जो action हम ले सकते हैं वो तो ले लें. There's a lot which is out of our control also, but there's a lot which is within our control. And जो चीज़ें हम कर सकते हैं उसी पे action लेना है. Rest we are going to leave it to God or nature to work out. And to be honest, हम लोग कई बार genetics को भी blame करते हैं कि genetics is what is causing it, but genetics is only 10 to 15% of what we face. 85%, up to 85% things happen to us because of the environment we've created, because of the habits we have developed. So that is fixable and doable. Now gut health, bloating होती है, बैठे रहते हैं, digestion नहीं होता है. So all of this needs to be corrected. Right food, right movement after every meal, essentials of good health. हम लोग सोचते हैं we've stopped eating sugar. मैंने sugar बंद कर दिया, now I'm perfectly fine. But sugar is coming in a lot of hidden sources like ketchups at home, various kind of sauces readily made, readily available in the market, fruit juices, the worst things for sugar, and a lot more in chai and coffee. अगर चाय की आदत है तो दूसरा कप, तीसरा कप हो ही जाता है कहीं ना कहीं. So avoiding sugar is one main thing because it's the biggest inflammatory thing the body feels inside. So sugar is number one. If removed, it can reap a lot of health benefits. Another thing we've already discussed, that sleeping. Actually, DNA, जो हमारा DNA, that gets damaged with less than 6 hours of sleep, and no one knows that, but there's a lot of damage happening at the cellular level, which does not show on your face or your skin or on the outside, but inside. Only when you start doing your testing, you will understand that this is happening. So supplements, I think सब लोग आजकल Instagram, a lot of marketing happening, ये लेना चाहिए कि नहीं, magnesium लेना चाहिए कि नहीं, protein, so much is creatine is also there in the market now. And we get confused. As a common person, you'd be like, क्या लूँ, क्या नहीं लूँ? And maybe you've started taking a couple of them. But the 4 basic things which are science-backed and the most common deficiencies, vitamin D being the first one, 90% people are deficient in that. और अगर आप में deficiency है vitamin D की, so your immunity, your weight loss efforts, maintaining your mood and muscle growth, everything. Vitamin D actually is not a vitamin, it's a hormone. So आपके सारे body के hormones जो interrelated हैं, one of them goes lesser, the other one which is testosterone in men most commonly is going to be affected. That can lead to less muscle mass. Second is omega-3. Omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory thing. We are mostly vegetarians. हम लोग को अच्छे sources of healthy fats नहीं मिलते हैं. So omega-3 is non-negotiable, great for brain health, heart health, and anti-inflammatory. But all of this needs to be prescribed with a doctor. You can't self-medicate because इनके कोई ना कोई interactions भी होते हैं with your current diet or current medication for a health condition. So please check which ones work for you. Magnesium we know is the most common one. Magnesium का level जो होता है blood में around 1.6 to 2.4, आप blood test करवाएंगे तो लगेगा कि range के अंदर है. लेकिन अगर वो lower side पे है, it still needs to be supplemented. And it's great for your sleep, for your muscle recovery and fighting stress as well. Zinc, अगर hair loss है, zinc is something you can check with your doctor. Should I take it? Do I have the deficiency? If you are someone who sweats a lot during workouts, or in general आप लोग बहुत भाग-दौड़ कर रहे हैं, धूप में हैं and you're sweating a lot, zinc is definitely getting depleted, which can affect the immunity, hair, hormones, everything. So everything needs to be done with a doctor though. Now, if you want to look good and feel good, what are the things in our aesthetics? Hair, skin, how my body is, my fitness level is. For your hair, definitely stress से बाल तो जाते ही हैं. For women also it happens. So you need to work on that. Cortisol को spike होना कैसे कम करना है? Lots of methods which we can be discussing at length. I cannot really put everything right now within 10 minutes, but I'm just showing you how it works. Deficiencies if covered, hair can be in good health. Protein and iron, most important things beside D and zinc. Poor gut health, अगर आपकी body protein absorb नहीं कर रही है, iron absorb नहीं कर रही है, again it's going to be affecting your hair. And hormonal imbalances. Coming to skin again, we don't need to do a 10-step Korean skincare routine. Women love it, but men I know need just 3 simple steps. 1, skin cleanser, whatever suits you. With your dermatologist, it can be checked. Second thing is a moisturizer with SPF, preventing any signs of sun aging which happens. Night repair. No one puts serum. I don't think anyone is putting a serum at night on face. You also need to glow, not just us. So please add one which works for you. Check with your doctor. Fitness wise, when I was talking about, choose whatever works for you in that 30 minutes that you can give yourself, I mean to say the week has to be divided. It has to be a hybrid system of workout. It can't be just walking, just yoga, just stretching, and 3 days mandatory to do strength training. Upper body one day, lower body one day, maybe the core the other day, and you need to go to a trainer and figure this out. Because अपने आप हम लोग अगर अपने आप को responsibility दे देंगे, we are not accountable. And I think we need to be accountable to someone who's tracking our progress and helping us do the right exercises. A trainer is must. So a mix of everything. Then this is very important if someone needs to know what kind of blood tests you should be doing. These should be annually done. One is HbA1c. This shows you आपका glucose control कितना है पिछले 3 महीने में. Whether you're pre-diabetic, diabetic, something, all of this comes in this panel. Second is lipid profile. Even my LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, comes on the uppermost range, just below the healthy range. So if we test it, only then we are aware कि मुझे घी बंद करना है या मुझे ये खाना. If you don't test, you would not realize. You would be like, I look fine, my weight is okay, I think सब कुछ ठीक ही चल रहा होगा. But नहीं होता ऐसा. When you check regularly, you will see the numbers, you will start acting on them. Like you see your reports, business reports are very important. I think आप लोग daily check करते हो, but not this. This is very important. Liver panel, fatty liver, such a silent disease. India is topping the charts in the world. After diabetes, fatty liver is another problem. And this does not show any symptoms. Unless you go for a fibroscan and you understand आपका कौन सा grade है. So liver panel में simple enzyme tests होते हैं. Then there's a fibroscan or ultrasound, which can be done easily, doesn't take very long. So just book one day where you can do all your testing and executive test at a hospital or whatever your favorite facility is in Bombay, Surat, but get it done. Vitamins, D and B12, please note, ये आपके general test में नहीं आता है, किसी भी lab में आपको बोलना पड़ता है कि मुझे ये करके दो. They have packages, please check क्या क्या है उस package में and do everything that's necessary. Thyroid is for the metabolism, also affects hair loss and skin, weight loss, everything is because of thyroid as well. Now testosterone, this needs to be tested. If it is less, it can be boosted. It's also affecting your muscle and your drive. Besides all this, we've already discussed the DEXA scan or the body composition. And we all hear a lot about calcium deposits in the arteries these days. We've all heard of cases which are happening. So एक बार ये करवाने से you understand कि calcium deposit level आपका कितना है. If it is not in the safe range, there's definitely lifestyle changes that need to be implemented to keep you protected. A full body checkup annually is necessary. Now, when to test what? If you're young, you could probably do with the basics. About 25 years old, only this is enough. But अगर आपने dental check करवा लिया, eye check करवा लिया, कुछ करने की ज़रूरत है. For example, a filling needs to be done, scaling, polishing needs to be done. Please do it. आपने test करवाया, but आपने action नहीं लिया. Eye check. This is also necessary. Then 35 plus, you need to add your ECG, liver, DEXA, and thyroid and testosterone. Above 45, you need a full executive checkup. Baseline of everything needs to be checked. This is my last slide where I leave you to think what is your move out of everything I've shared today? What was one thing that you would like to implement and act on? Because I think we gain a lot of information, not only through these talks, but also internet is, really filled up with so much. But what do you pick and act on? That's up to you.